easy go.
Yo, what is up, guys? Mytho here, back with another YouTube video for you guys today. And in today's video, I do have a Photoshop tutorial for you guys today. Now, in today's video, I am going to be basically showing you how to make a gaming thumbnail. Now, pretty much you could do this for any game. I think I'm just going to do this for, I'm going to make a Destiny thumbnail for you guys today. Now, you can do this you could do this two ways. So basically, the first way is you could either get just some random image of Google of Destiny 2, or you can use some gameplay footage. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna search up like an image real quick, cause I don't really feel like going into my editing software and getting like a wallpaper or an image from my gameplay. So I think I'm just gonna do that. So let's see what we can do here. I'll bring my web browser into here, right here. So yeah, there we go. So let's see. Should we use what about this? Yeah, that's good. All right. So we're gonna save this. You could save this wherever. I'm just gonna save it to this folder right here. There's that. Alright, so then you can minimize that, leave that open in case we need it again. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to File, New, and you could do it, I would recommend just doing it 1920 by 1080, and then whatever resolution you want, you could do it depending on whether you have enough RAM or your computer can handle it. If you think you have a pretty good computer, then you could use 200 resolution. I bet for most of you, you could use 100 or 80 or maybe even 100 or maybe even like 75. Make sure it's on RGB color, 8-bit pixel. Make sure it's pixels, and then just hit OK. And there we go. Here's our template. So basically, the first thing we're gonna want to do is go to File, Place. Then you go to wherever you saved that image from Google, if you did save it off of Google. So let's see, where is it? Where'd it go? I cannot find it. No, that's not it. What? Where did this go? What? Wait. No. Let's look up Destiny. And I completely spelled that wrong. Destiny Warmind DLC. There we go. Cannot place because... Oh, let's try saving this again. Save image as... Save it. No. All files. There we go. And then now let's see if we could place it. I guess we can't, so I guess we're gonna have to use another image. Let's see. What about why can't I find alright, let's make this more of a, let's do Destiny 2 Warmind. Can we use this? Yeah, that works. Alright, save. Alright, let's see if we could use this one now. There we go. Alright, that works. Make sure it's like an HD image too, so it looks good in Photoshop. So then, alright, there we go. Now the first thing you're going to want to do is create a new layer over here. Then get your paintbrush tool, make it around like 1400, maybe even 1300. And then to zoom out, just hit Control and minus. I'm going to do it 2 times. And then make sure you're on the white for your paintbrush. And then just go put like a nice like little white circle at the top. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to redo that because like I want it to look good. Alright, there we go. And then you could lower this down to 40 opacity. And then make a new layer, and then you switch to black, and then put these things on the side, and then switch that to about like 20 opacity, and then go to overlay, and then create one more new layer, and then take the white paintbrush and just put it like about right in the middle or the lower middle, and change it to about 30, and then put it on overlay. And then you could zoom back in, Control++, and there you go. You have like your little lighting effects. And you can, if you really want to, group this. Just click on the top layer and hold shift and click on the bottom one. And then you could hit Control G, which groups it, and then you could rename it. Name it lighting, and there's that. Then make a new layer right here, and we're going to, should we do text? No. Alright, yeah, actually, yeah, let's do text. So you could choose any font you want. You could get a bunch of fonts off thefont.com. I will leave that link in the description so you guys can go look for fonts on your own. Right now we're using Evogria. So basically I'm just gonna write like Destiny 2, and then we can scale that up. So just highlight it, and you could go up here to the text thing and just scroll it. And keep in mind, this is Photoshop CS6. There are different versions of Photoshop. There's like Photoshop CC, and then there's Photoshop CS6. Personally, I like CS6 better. You can use whichever one you prefer. You could try both of them out if you want. There are ways to get it for free, although I would not recommend that. You could either just pay a monthly fee for it, or you could just buy the whole thing, which is at once, which is kind of expensive. But yeah, but you can just look up ways to get Photoshop on YouTube, cracked, free. I wouldn't recommend doing that, but you can if you really want to. So let's just hit the check mark for this. And I do have a layer style pack, which I am using. That's how I get these, like, kind of transform the text. Like right now I use this white one. I have this one. I don't really use that a lot. This one, I have the same one as the white one, but it's in purple, and the same thing as the white one again, but it's in yellow. And then you have this little like clickbait style kind of one, but we are going to be using this white one for right now. And then move this around. We can make this a little bit bigger. Nope. Make sure when you are scaling things up, guys, from using the box, you always hold down shift so it stays like to proportion or whatever, I guess you could say, so it doesn't just transform it. And then we're going to make a new layer, and then write Warmind, I guess, because this is a Warmind wallpaper. Not necessarily, but that's what I looked up on Google. And then I want to drag this under it so it looks a little bit like better. How to hold on a minute. Yes. Alright, there we go. Can I like, I can. Alright, so make a new layer. Text layer. Warmind. There we go. Alright, so do I want to put this under it? Alright, no, I'll just leave it over. Alright. Delete that. Alright, so now what we're gonna do is I am going to change the layer style on this. We're gonna put the white one button, go into color overlay, and change the color to a nice red. I like that. Alright, and let's make this a lot bigger. Nope. Remember, hold shift. There we go. Let's make this a lot bigger. How does that look if we put it over it? Alright, I quite like that. Now then we're gonna control click both of these and hit Control G and hit text. Right. Alright, and now I'm going to, alright, now we're gonna hold shift and size this down a little bit because that is a little big. How does that look? That looks pretty good. Alright. Apply. Yes. And there we go. Make sure to always hit the check mark at the top whenever you transform something. Alright, so there we go. That's our text for you. Now the next thing we can do is go into effects. So let's do brightness and contrast. So let's see what we'll look. Alright, so let's see. Ooh, okay. What if we make it a little bit brighter? Alright, Alright, that looks good. So bring the brightness up and the contrast up. You could just mess around with these, whichever one looks best on your thumbnail, depending on what you're making it for. I'm probably not going to end up using this thumbnail or anything. This is just a little mock-up that I'm doing for you guys to show you basically how to make a basic thumbnail for your YouTube channel if you are just starting out on you're using Photoshop. And next, let's go into levels. I just slide this wherever, really just whatever looks good. I don't really mess around with it too much. So let's make it a little bit darker. There we go. That looks good. And then here's the curve. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make kind of an S shape with the curves. So pretty much just like one a little up like that, and then another one down. I don't really like how that looks, so let's make it a little bit less. Alright, actually let's switch these. Sometimes it's better on the opposite. Alright, that looks good. So again, like a little S shape. Then let's go into exposure. Now this is where you could mess around with it again. Just be careful with this. You don't really want to change these too much. Like that. You don't want to make it too dark. Let's see. That looks good. Alright, there we go. And vibrance. Don't put that up too much. Definitely be careful with the saturation. I'm going to bring this down a little bit. There we go. That looks good. Alright, so you definitely don't want to mess around with vibrance too much. So let's shift click all of those and hit Control G and then write effects. Alright, so basically that's the whole thumbnail done. Now there are some other little things that you could do to like improve it, some other little effects if you really want to do those. These are optional effects. You don't have to do these. All these other effects and text and stuff and lighting effects I would definitely recommend doing to enhance the quality of your thumbnail. So I definitely recommend doing that. Now next what we are gonna do is we're gonna go to where is it? Filter. What layer? I think I have to make a new layer for this. Filter, other, high pass. Oh wait, no. Alright, I have to do this after. So basically what you're gonna want to do is go to this, hit Control G, make this name. You can name this thumbnail, and that's basically your entire thumbnail. And then you hit Control J, and then hit Control E. And then basically you could go to filter, other, no, cancel, and that was the wrong filter, other, high pass, hit OK, and then put the opacity on like 9. No, I like to put it on like 60 or 75, either one works, and then go to overlay. There we go. Then that puts a little effect on it.
Powering off.
And then you can also
powering on.
And then you could also hit Control J again to copy the thumbnail. Hit Control E and then Control J again. And let's put this high pass layer under that. And then you go to this one, and then what you do is you unselect G and B. So this is basically like an RGB effect if you really want to do it. Then you hit OK, and then you go up to this little thing. Make sure you're on the moving tool type thing, and you hit the arrow key to the right once. And then you copy that layer again, and then you go to G and unselect R, and you're just on the G, hit OK, and then move it over once again, and then you hit Control J once again to copy it, hit B and unselect G, and then move it over one more time, and there you go. And then you hit Control Shift and Control G into one group, and then that's RGB effect. Did I spell that right? I don't know, but alright, there we go. There's that. So there's basically the whole thumbnail. You have like the little RGB effect. You have the high pass. So yeah, and now what we're gonna do now is, and basically these two things right here, if you did not do them correctly, you can end up messing up like your entire thumbnail. So that's why I would definitely like recommend just leaving this as it is. So if you didn't really like these effects, you could just unselect them and take them off. So this is what the base thumbnail looks like with none of these effects on. And then once you put high pass on, that's what it looks like. It like kind of depthens it. See, as you see, look at the drop shadow in the back. Like if I take it off, it's kind of like dull. if you add it on, it kind of adds more, like it pops out more, like the text pops out a little more. And then you go to the RGB effect, that makes it kind of like this like staticky, wavy kind of cool little effect that you use. So yeah, now we're gonna save it. So let's go to file, and you want to make sure that you hit save for web, so you get like the highest quality, and you just zoom in, see what all the pixels and everything looks like, and all the effects, as you can see here, them close up. This little, see the blue and the red line, it's kind of that cool like blurry effect type of thing. And then you hit save, and then you save it wherever you want it. Name it, just name it, I'll just name this Worm Mind Thumbnail, I guess, and then hit enter. And then we go to thumbnails, and this is the completed product. So guys, if you did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and also remember to follow my Twitter, because I do always tweet when I'm about to make a video or about to go live on Twitch or something, or YouTube, and I always post updates and stuff on my Twitter. So I would definitely recommend going to check that out and following my Twitter. The link will be down in the description. And I will be making a lot of videos this next upcoming few weeks, and I will be able to stream a lot more and be making more videos for you guys, because I am getting a lot better internet soon. So I hope you guys are on the lookout and are staying tuned on my channel to make sure every time I upload. And the reason I'm saying for you guys to definitely follow my Twitter to make sure when I post a video is because sometimes the notification button on YouTube doesn't work, the little bell, but just hit the bell anyway and follow me on Twitter just to make sure, so you're foolproof and you definitely know when I'm making a video. But yeah guys, anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Be sure to leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and hope you catch my drift. My name's Mytho. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.